My word for the day is agree. Now, what does agree mean? First of all, agree means to comply or to basically say yes. But when I think of agree, it reminds me of a personality disorder, which is the avoidant one, because not the no, not the one, but the anxious one. That is basically a personality type where the person in relationship would just say yes, would ruin their own self-worth, have literally no self-respect, and do whatever the other person says just so they don't leave them. They have that attachment issue that they just can't be alone. So that, I don't know, that sounds like a very agreeable to the extreme end. Is like an overly anxious person, like anxiety personality disorder. That is like immediately came to my mind. What does agree remind me of? I think for me, I have struggled in the past that I just tend to, in conversations, automatically go on to say yes, and I don't think about whether if this is true or not, whether this is valuable or not, whether this is beneficial for me or my family or not, but rather just tend to just say yes. Sometimes I've done that, but I'm much better at it at going through and thinking logically what would happen if I say yes or no, and having that boundary, which is a good thing. But I have struggled in the past with that. I do it because I'm scared if they say no, they will not like me, right? And that is what an overly anxious person does. And I guess I just fell into that routine for a very, very long time. But I'm better at it now, standing my God, and just knowing. Honestly, it's even simpler than that. I don't know how, but I just know intuitively what the right thing to do is. Like, what is the truth here, right? If I just pause for a second, just breathe, pause. I know what the truth is and what needs to be done. I'm getting better at listening to myself. And as like a byproduct of that, it's allowing me to have better, allowing me to show self-respect for myself, like have that confidence that I'm doing what's right. Because in the past, I've struggled, made promises to myself that I have not kept. And the byproduct of not doing that was depleting low self esteem, playing the victim card, whatever it was, like that whole loop I had. It all came crashing down when I just accepted reality for what it was. And I just said yes to what was true. To not what was good in the moment, but what was true and what would lead to something better. That reminds me of a saying from Jimmy Carr. He's a stand-up comedian. He's British. He's one of the few comedians I've come across who is very insightful, very mindful. Like he has different descriptions, which I'm like obsessing about now these days, with having what is the meaning of this word? Like we throw these ambiguous words like trauma, work, like the small things we throw about. Like what does it mean? Like what it means to be what it means to be confident, what it means to say the truth, what it means to be vulnerable. What are these actual definitions before we continue? Okay, that's it.